Psaki was asked today about Biden voters kind of going to that poll I told you about. Let's see what she said. Roll that, G.
Throughout the campaign, the president, I can pull up some of the dates over the course of the campaign when he said to large Democratic audiences, says, we're going to get you things like tuition-free community college. We're going to get you paid family leave. As we look ahead, as Mark was just noting, to the president's travels to see Terry McAuliffe today, what do you say to those disillusioned Democrats right now who feel like they put their marbles in this basket and they're not going to get a lot of the things that they believe they were promised would come from Democrats in this administration, in this Build Back Better
First, we would say we are going to get those things done. Second, we would say he's 9 months into his presidency. Second, we would say what we're talking about here is the largest investment in addressing the climate crisis in history, 6 times the size of the Recovery Act. We're talking about the largest investment in childcare and early childhood education, something where we're putting in place a structure that can be built on, just like the Social Security Act, the Affordable Care Act. We're talking about expanding access to health care. These are all components of what the president ran on and what he promised, and they all would have a huge impact on people's lives across the country. So do you want to be a part of that, or do you want to be a part of nothing? Because those are the alternatives.
And if you don't get that, who should these disillusioned Democrats hold accountable?
Well, look, Peter, I think what we're talking about here is the realities of governing, negotiating, having 50 members of the Senate, not 60 members of the Senate who are Democrats,
Sure.
And the fact that we are still on track to get a historic package through Congress without precedent in history. And that's something that Democrats have a right and should be very excited about.
Wow.
Well, Peter,
I think in fairness, it's only 9 months in.
10.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, you got to give him a couple years.
Well, he won't even make it past year 1.
Just kidding. They've been using this. It's a couple, days. It's a couple weeks. It's,
Well, I got a feeling that her days have got to be numbered too. She's got to be.
Well,
Yeah.
for one,
I mean,
if she's not fired, she's got to quit.
Well, she's getting snarkier and snarkier.
Yeah.
And that's just going to...
At some point, you run out of propaganda to use even in that. When you start losing Peter Alexander from NBC, when he starts asking questions like that and then follow-ups like that, and she has to get that snarky with him, and she acts, but I love how she blames the other side. It's a 50-50 split in the Senate. They have no mandate to do any of what they're trying to ram through. But yet she's still, because they can't get their own party together, because they're so off the rails that at least they have a couple members that have seemingly some sanity, although, we'll see. Manchin and Sinema right now are holding the line for now, although it seems like Manchin is pretty much down with, he's down with the IRS going into your account. He's down with the wealth tax. So come on.